All right, let's get started. So what you'll end up doing is if you're right-handed, you'll end up going this way, like we read. If you're left-handed, you may want to go the opposite way, just depending on what you're used to doing. But we'll start, and you've got this little viewfinder. You'll end up putting this viewfinder over the first square that you see, number 1. There's nothing there, so you'll end up leaving number 1 blank. Then you're going to find 2. So one thing that I do whenever I start here is I try to place this little mark on here in relation to this negative space. And this negative space that I see, it's like a triangle, but there's just a curve at the bottom. Same thing over here. So I see where it is. To further do that, one other thing that I do is I may create this other grid inside of my grid to really truly place where this is supposed to be. So I've created this little target right here. You could do the same thing right here. And the thing that I notice is the center of the curve right here, it hits right here. This little mark, it hits almost in the center of this little grid area. So what I'm doing right here is I'm making little marks as to where these lines end and begin. So after you make your little marks right here, connect your marks right there. Just double check what you have. I'm just gonna erase this little target. If you do the little target, just erase it after you're done. Next thing you're gonna do, we're going to find number 3 on here. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, okay. The reason why I'm putting this little viewfinder right here over just what we're looking at right here is so you won't get lost in all of these little lines that you're drawing. It's very easy to do that. And so it just helps you to kind of focus, zero in on what you're doing. So I created this little thing. You do not have to create this, but it does, for me, it does kind of help to place things. Okay, so there's this little swoosh that hits here. There's, if you look, the negative space right here, there's this little thin triangle right here that hits here. So you're going to be looking at your white space. So I'm kind of marking where that ends and begins. I'm going to look at this space right here. And I'm drawing what I see for the white space, where that's going to begin and end. This part comes down here. I'm just going to make a little mark. Now this should connect right here. So you're going to double check that it connects to 2. If it doesn't, go back to 2 and correct that. So we're going to connect all these lines. What's going to happen from this point is once you think you've got it all, you'll end up just filling in with your pencil right here. So we'll do one more right here. Okay, 4. So if you look at 4, what we're going to be doing is we're going to check to see if it connects to 3. So get this little bullet right here. We'll do our little bullet right right there. And what I do know is that hits right here. I'm gonna make a little mark where that hits. I'm gonna look at this little bitty triangle right here, and I'm gonna try to emulate that little bitty triangle where that goes. And then there's another little triangle there. So that should connect right there in the space. Another thing that you will see, you know, things should connect here, things should connect under it, and if there isn't above it, that's what would happen. So I hope that helps.